I'm Shirley Paulson from Scholarly Works on Christian Science, and I'm really delighted to be talking with Dr. Jeanne Kilde about her article that's called Material Expression and Maternalism in Mary Baker Eddy's Boston Churches. Fabulous article, and I'd like to ask you, where did that come from? What got you interested in this topic?
Well, as I was writing my dissertation many years ago and transforming that into a book, I was working on auditorium churches, a particular type of Protestant church at the end of the 19th century. And Mary Baker Eddy's churches in Boston were very interesting examples of the auditorium church at that time. So I did some work in the Mary Baker Eddy archives in the late 80s for that dissertation. And then after the book came out in 2002, questions about those two churches continued to resonate in the back of my mind. One of the churches, the Mother Church, the original church from 1894, is very domestic, Richardsonian Romanesque, very domestic and plush. The second church is much larger. It's a Renaissance architectural style. It's very spare in the interior. There's no imagery in it, and just the physical, aesthetic differences between these two churches was something that really interested me. So I decided to dig into it.
Tell us a little bit about why you use the word maternalism with that.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Mary Baker Eddy, when they built the church, they call it the Mother Church. So that's, that gives us a clue that maternalism, that motherhood, that the trope of the mother was very important at the time they were constructing that church. And the Mary Baker Eddy papers bore that out. She had her students call her mother during this period or up until this time. The images in the building, of course, she was trying to convey that theology of divine mind as being both masculine and feminine, and it was time in her mind to bring back the feminine, to underscore and highlight the feminine, so that the trope of the mother becomes important then. And it's in part because the idea of mother, or the idea, and that's important, of mother was a way that she could claim authority and being a religious figure in the sort of late Victorian times when women were pretty much separated, or not expected to take on public roles. So mother becomes a strategy for claiming authority in the public sphere.
It's quite interesting that you found that in the architecture. That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate talking to you. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Shirley.